What? It's my mind. Take blood.
A lot of that stuff comes with kids.
One of the worst parts of being a police chaplain is getting a call sometime, usually early in the morning, from our dispatch and asking, usually they call me chaplain and they say, can you go with one of our officers to make a notification to a family? Someone who died in a car crash, something of that nature. Especially when it involves a teenager, it becomes even more of a challenge and more critical. And oftentimes when that happens, it seems to be that it's 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because a lot of times parties are going on up until that time. Somebody decides to leave after being at a party. They've been drinking or doing drugs, and the first decision they made was wrong. The second decision they made was to get behind the wheel and drive. And on the way home, the vehicle that they thought they could handle, they couldn't. They had a car crash, either themselves or someone else is killed. And over the years of being able to be a chaplain, it's an honor and a privilege to do that. But the worst part of the job is having to go to a house. When I knock on the door, a lot of times we ring a doorbell, but families don't respond. The next thing you know, the officer and myself were knocking loudly on the door. A parent comes to the door, and when they see a chaplain and a police officer standing at the door, immediately they expect the worst. And oftentimes at that time of morning it is. So as a chaplain, I want to encourage all of you, first of all, as I said yesterday when we were getting our victims out of class, you shouldn't be drinking or doing drugs anyway. We pray that you will make wise decisions and that you will not drink and drive, because I do not want to get one of the calls of some of you that I have met and become friends with around here to have to go and inform your parents of an unwise decision that you have made. If you will, just join me for a moment of silence. At this time, I'm just asking that our prom is coming up. We do want you to have a good time and enjoy it. We also want you to make wise decisions. And I know from experience, you're more likely if you make a decision and a commitment here not to drink and drive, you're much more likely when you get into that environment not to do it either. So would you just join me in a moment of silence? Thank you for allowing me to share, and I pray that you will make the right decision.